Chatty Patty Pala Talk Talk Show.
We will talk about the things that mean so much to you, like going to a restaurant or hanging at the zoo. Clothes and sports and funny news, crafts and travel too. Nothing ever scripted, so expect the unexpected.
Hello. It's the Chatty Patty Pala Talk Talk Show. It's the Chatty Patty Pala Talk Talk Show. It's the Chatty Patty Pala Talk Talk Show.
Hi, welcome to our show. It is Monday, August 13th, and it's episode 62, Paula Walla.
62, Channel 62, CBS. Maybe they'll pick up this show.
Oh, yeah, good. Nice dreaming there.
CNN would be mad that we left.
Wow, look at that. You're sitting way over in the corner.
I kind of like this seat in the corner. I'm going to take it now.
Kind of looks suspicious over there.
It's like one of those boxing mics. Like, hey.
In the center ring.
Center up.
Who's our boxing friend?
Taylor Dewar.
Taylor Dewar.
Undefeated, baby. Undefeated.
Yeah.
Baby.
You went to his last match, didn't you?
No, I couldn't go, but I heard it was brutal, and it went 6 rounds. He broke his hand in the first round, played 6 more rounds with a broken hand, and
man.
won. And the picture of him, he was bloody.
Taylor Dewar has been a guest on our show, and he's a professional boxer and lives in Royal Oak. And you've seen him box at, what, Motor City?
Yes.
Yeah. So check it out. Ooh, look, there's a shot of nothing. Hey, so did you see the Arts Beats and Eats lineup? Because I think...
Rival Sons.
Oh, my God, I love Rival Sons. I'm pretty excited about that.
That's all I'm excited about. I mean, the local
The
stuff.
Spinners.
All right. Name 3 Spinner songs.
I can't. I was going to look them up before the show, and I forgot.
You're a super fan.
I was like 2, well, I don't know, 7.
You're freaking out because they're coming and...
I got to study up.
Can't even remember any of their songs.
Come on, and Everclear?
I like Everclear.
Yeah.
I like drinking Everclear.
Oh.
No, we soak cherries in it.
Yeah, well, that's always great.
Boozy cherries.
When you say we, you mean you.
Stoli Dolies. I had some Stoli Dolies at a party recently.
I feel like I should turn our guest camera on to you over there in the corner. Hey.
Wow.
Look at him, magic. So, it's back to school time. Aren't you like super psyched that you don't have to like? Well, you have 2 daughters in college, but come on, you don't have to school shop and all that.
Go buy all those folders and pencil cases.
Oh my gosh, I just am so glad that's over for me.
I'm sad. I'm going to be an empty nester. The dog just follows me around all the time.
Wondering where everybody is?
Yes.
Huh.
I mean, they're not gone yet, but everyone was at work today, and Lucy seemed a little lonely.
Yeah, so happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to us. Yeah, it's both of our birthdays, well, within 4 days.
Yes, August 10th was mine, and I had a lot of fun. I played at O'Mara's. Oh,
Speaking of birthdays,
Oh
happy
my
birthday
gosh.
to both of you.
oh my God.
Look at that.
We like
I
gifts.
happen to be down the hall filming a cooking segment.
Oh, yeah.
The Summer Foods of Hamtramck. And I was told that maybe you'd like to chat on your birthdays. Happy birthday to you
It's
both.
our friend Jim Hebler.
Man, I'm a big fan of the show. What an honor to be here today.
Welcome.
We love
Oops.
our show. Oop, fix his camera.
There, I
Yeah,
fixed
fix
the
my
camera.
camera.
What's your
Would we get
favorite?
my throat?
What's your favorite pierogi stuffing?
I actually like cheese, and I like the potato and the kraut.
I love the kraut, and I love that farmer's cheese so much.
I know, right? That's an art form. And what a blessing it is that we live near Hamtramck, the center of it all. If you
Hey,
really
that's
think
where the
about it.
folding warehouse is. I hang out there all the time.
Oh,
Exactly.
she's
I've seen
folding.
some of your Facebook, and that's what this show is. It's Facebook come to life.
It is.
I've seen some of your great folding skills, by the way.
Thank you.
So, yes, I'm a fan.
You should be amazed.
Yeah. So how do you feel on your birthday?
Tomorrow's my birthday, so I'm gonna feel awesome. But
Like fine wine.
yeah. So
There you
here's our special guest, Jim Hebler. Let's get his shot. Look
There
at how
you go.
handsome
There
he
you go.
is.
Oh,
You're
thank
like a
you
camera operator.
Thank you so
too.
much. I know this. I love public access. I have on Cable Access 362. I have Ranger Talk. It's a golf show that I do frequently, and it's. I'm a horrible golfer, so I like to give tips and make good golfers worse. That's
How do
my
you talk about golf? Don't you just do it?
You do it with a club, and you sit there and you show people how to do it with video, and it's fun. And my
I
golf
should do
friends. people who love the game are chuckling quietly to that weak joke. But
I
anyway,
hit a golf ball once, and the ball was still there, but the tee was gone.
it's
Oh, that happens all the time.
No, it doesn't.
Don't think you're special. That happens to me.
It's a game of torture invented by the Scots. So there you go.
So you were lead singer in the Civilians.
It was an honor. I had a good run in the Civilians. We were together from the late '80s. We won or co-won with the Orange Roughies, a local rock and roll
I remember that
contest, and it was a blast. And people like your husband used to book us at WRIF, and we've met some of the best people in the world through the experience.
I was a civilian for a little while.
You were a civilian when David Gallons, our wonderful guitar player and great songwriter, got injured. I think he broke his arm in a bicycle accident. You stepped up on an 89X show with Kelly Brown. What a blast that was. So anyway, it's one of those things, as you know, and what I like to call this thing of ours, there's a lot of really great musicians, and we become family over the years.
Oh,
That's why
yeah.
I love your show. It's cool to see everybody.
Jim was over yesterday. We had our good friend from New York City.
Roger
here.
Hitz was in
Hitz.
town. Very
So
cool. Yeah.
We shared a beverage, an adult beverage, and
Very good. Our dogs met and did very well right up until the end. So my dog got a little.
They smell each other.
They smelled. They
Their
enjoyed.
noses
They
were so
they
far
enjoyed.
up.
Yeah, they shared bathroom time together. And then right at the end, my doggy wanted to play a little rougher than Lucy was ready for. But it was
Aw,
mostly
Lucy's a senior now.
It was a great day. It was
it
wonderful.
was a good day.
Yes.
Well, so let's refresh everyone's memory on. Let's go down memory lane.
Here we go.
Now, how did you two meet?
You know, I think I'll let Paula go first.
I
and then
think
I'll
it was just all of the CMU. My husband went to Central. You went to Central, and you knew
Correct.
my husband before I did.
Correct.
Sorry.
No,
I got him. You didn't.
I
No.
know, but I tried. I tried. Rob made the right choice.
But that whole gang, when I met Rob on a blind date, then it was like, here's all my friends, and then it was, I don't know. That's how I remember it.
Well, all true except the part Paula forgets is I was a fan of you as a guitar player and a musician, and I used to go see your bands play at the Foolery, and I met you, and I was a music writer. When I say a music writer, I was a backup for the main music writers when they couldn't do a job or there was too many stories. They would assign me to go do like the local band thing, and so I did a story on the Roommates. I did a story on the Vertical Pillows. So I got to meet you through being the guy on the phone writing up local rock and roll. But I've been a huge fan, and Rob and Paula are some of my best friends. So
Well,
really
what
great
about
to
some
be here.
memories from the Riff days? That was a lot of fun.
Oh,
I was an intern at Riff, and that's how I met Scott Brown from Free Beer.
Well, you know what? The Riff and the local stations, you see Doug Podell on, you see Greg St. James on, and everyone is growing up and having active lives now. And what I think the Riff and a lot of the stations did well is, they knew that there were local bands that deserve more airplay, but they did their best. So we would get booked to a lot of the big festival shows. We would get our shot at opening up for nationals, Hart Plaza, Shane Park, all kinds of really cool shows with Riff 25th anniversary parties, those types of things.
That was
and
a lot of fun.
and the on-air personalities were very supportive, very nice people, and they would put you on the weekends. And so Riff was fun. And Scott, your husband, was very supportive of our band. Good friends with our former manager, Don McLeod, who also worked in radio. So it was just a really fun time, actually, looking back on it.
Good. Well, then you went to Central. What are some Central memories? What's your degree in?
My degree is in marketing, public relations, and journalism, and also business management. I had a double major, and Central Michigan arguably was 5 of the best years of my life. Great university. I'm one of the few people that is actually doing with his degree what he hoped to do when he grew up. I kind of engage the world as a writer at the end of the day. I look at this as all I'm going to go Tony Robbins now. It's a journey we're all on and all that stuff. But no, I actually engage the world as a writer. I was at the Detroit News for almost 7 years. I did writing, editing, met a lot of really good, talented people, learned a lot there. then went into private communications.
Phew, I'm getting
Brand
exhausted.
development. I know, brand development. I'm giving you but this is all from Central. Brand development, marketing, PR, and that got into cybersecurity as well. So it goes by fast, but Central was a great part of the whole thing.
What is cybersecurity?
Cybersecurity is the art of making sure that how you connect to the internet, how you connect to your applications, how you connect life from a physical to a virtual or digital perspective is secured. Real simple.
It's like firewalls and stuff?
Firewalls is part of it.
See, my husband does IT, so I know
Wow, I'm impressed,
certain
Paula.
firewall.
I'm impressed. That's
Yes, firewalls are.
She thought the house was on fire.
I was going to say firewalls are very key. They're a defensive posture. They block and tackle and prevent what you don't want on the internet to come on, and then they also allow what you do want on the internet on. So firewalls are a key part of it.
Well, and it's all like in the air though. Like it's not a person monitoring.
It can. Well,
It's the cloud.
That cloud.
I love it. I love how
so
knowledgeable
confused
you are.
with the cloud.
We're so knowledgeable.
That's all we know though.
Well, here's some fun things about the cloud. The cloud's been around since the 1950s, and what the cloud
Really?
absolutely, and what the cloud is, if you really think about it, is companies like HP and IBM and SunGard and all of these big major internet providers have built so much IT space and servers and data centers that there is more space than they can use for their customers. And so what the cloud is it's a conglomeration of all that additional server space. It's called the public cloud, and it's kind of like leasing as opposed to owning. If
It's
that
the
makes sense.
air though.
It is
it's
in
like
the air.
in the air.
It
That
is in the air.
blows my
I
mind.
feel it in the air.
It is in the air.
tonight.
It's like the comedian, he's now a little bit disgraced, but Louis C.K. used to say,
Oh, he was so funny.
he's a very funny man, and he would talk about how you'd stand in the line at Starbucks and how millennials will complain that it takes more than a minute for something to come down to their phones, and he would interrupt them and say, you realize that you're sending a signal to a computerized machine that goes 30,000 miles up into the sky and comes back in seconds.
So is it going to a satellite up there?
It goes to a satellite, absolutely.
What if there were other planets and life like out there, which that's a whole nother show.
Are you telling me aliens are looking at my nude photos?
Yes, I would like to see them.
You're an alien.
But anyhow, before we get too far off track here, but yeah, the answer is yes. It's based on it.
crazy.
It is networks. It's AT&T. It's Verizon. It's all of the different networks consolidated with all of the servers. And cybersecurity, if you think about it, is in the news every single day.
Yeah.
And one of the things that the three of us talked about when we came on the show, primarily musicianship, entertainment is what you cover a lot. But if you even think about if you're a musician and you're putting your music out on the streaming sites and you're trying to gain an audience, think in terms, I'll give you some fun statistics to think about. Most professionals have between 4 and 7 devices that they manage at any given time. So it can be your phone, your laptop, your workstation at work, what you connect with here with the television station that airs this fine show. And then you try to manage the applications and all the disparate networks that everyone is trying to hit to access your band or a friend's band, or earlier today I was on Napster, or earlier today I was on MSNBC, or I was on Fox News, or whatever you're trying to do. All of those disparate networks, your applications in your phone are hitting them, and how secure truly are they if you think about it? And so we really have to become uber aware. You brought up the Russians. It's becoming proven that they've tampered with all 50 election centers in the United States.
Well,
Pretty powerful.
Here's what freaks me out because I've been looking for a new kitchen table, and I'll go on like Art Van or Gardner White. Next thing you know, everything I go on, it's throwing ads at me.
Correct.
Like
Furniture ads.
yeah,
Correct.
and it's getting me all in a
Yeah.
even
it's-
looking at more stuff now.
It's
and
making you all tingly.
it works. I mean, and it's in the cloud. And
Well,
I
it's
just
all
so
interconnected.
confusing.
You know, there was some major hacks that occurred in the retail space. Don't want to pick on the organizations. One is one of the largest retailers in the world. Another
dare
is
you.
an amazing clothing store. The FBI estimates that banks and credit unions, the FDIC pays out approximately $1 billion per month, and most of the hacks that occur, hackers are very smart, 24/7 by 365. They're monitoring, looking for openings, and when they steal from your account, they're smart. If they get into the Brown bank account or the Messner bank account, they don't take large amounts of money. They'll take $1 or $2 at a time, or 75 cents times 10,000, and do that every single day, because when you balance your checkbook, you blow off the 63 cents that you're off every day, and it's become part of the reality of doing digital business.
It's
Well-
like that movie Office Space when they rounded up that penny thing. Did you ever see that?
Yes,
They made
yes,
like
yes.
a ton of money.
Stapler. Where's my stapler?
Yeah, but
Well, what do I do to protect myself?
I think some of the key things that you have to do is be hyper aware. So educate
Be
yourself,
hyper.
number one, and be hyper because everyone else is.
Drink
Everything
caffeine.
is 24/7 by 365. I think great encryption is key. So two-factor authentication and encryption. If you're a small, medium business, it's smart. And there's a lot of great local firms around town that can come in and do a security assessment. You can IM me out there, anyone who's interested, but there are within your budget ways that you can check and your network. You can look at vulnerabilities. You can do assessments. Then
Should you change your password frequently?
you should change your password, I think, every couple months. I think you should be proactive on that.
It's so hard to remember your password, and you don't want to write it. You don't want to put it in a document format, or it'll be on the cloud.
That's a true statement. And so there are also software programs that manage your passwords for you.
You need a
that also-
password
Yeah.
for everything.
I just
You
I
do.
hate that.
I don't want to hire a company to remember my password.
No, that's true. Well,
You can
they-
write it on paper.
Like
You-
that's
Yeah, just make sure it's in a place that only you know about.
Right.
But,
So we
yeah.
won't talk about where mine
See,
is.
those are and,
my
and-
panty drawer.
and if you're a larger company, a lot of organizations, what they do is they work like there's a great local company called Cppwtts that I've worked with over the years that does a great job of managing key applications. Pulse Secure, who I'm privileged to work with now, and they're a partner of Cppwtts, does the encryption and the authentication. And there are many companies that are really good at it. There are also key
Are
things
there a
you
lot
can
of
do.
companies that are really bad at it?
There are some. But you do your due diligence. It becomes common sense. And if your gut tells you shouldn't be on a site, don't be on a site, right?
We should have retinal.
Yeah.
You know,
Identification.
Yes.
That's
scan.
well. You already have that fancy $1,000 iPhone. You can already do that, right? They already use
Oh, instead of your
retinal scans.
thumbprint, you can just have it
You can
stare
do
at
it. You
your
can do
eye.
it. You can do it with your eye. Mission critical data centers use
Can people
retinal
still
scans.
Steal that? My eye print? Like, is that on the cloud?
No, that hasn't been done yet, but it's been attempted. To be honest, it has been attempted.
It's got to be like a code, right? Like my eye, doesn't it all? Everything comes down to math.
It does come down to math. It also comes down to coding, and it comes down to specifics and algorithms. And that's what's been amazing if you are a geek. And a lot of musicians are geek. Your drummer, James Trunco, who's been playing with the Motor Dolls and plays with Dead and Five, is also works in IT. But if you understand IT, it does come down to algorithms. It comes down understanding code and understanding common sense at the end of the
Or
day.
if some thugs like pulled your eye out and used it. I mean,
Yes,
'cause
I
you
mean-
see that on TV
Oh,
with
Matt
the
Damon
fingerprint, like,
movies,
and
for
they
sure.
got the fingerprint.
Yeah,
Scary.
I've seen it on HBO.
Exactly. So, but no, it's been throughout my career, it's been a fun ride in the sense that I've had a big passion for music, but then I've also, being a writer and trying to be engaged in life, I've also always had jobs that I think have been very interesting. So
Well, it sounds challenging, like you're forced to learn new things, which is good.
it is
Good for the brain.
It is. You got to study. You got to do stuff. But tell me, I mean, we're coming into August music season, right? We got a bunch of big shows coming up. I
Yes.
heard you talking about Arts, Beats, and Eats. There's the Motor City Muscle.
Motor City Muscle, and it's not a shellfish.
every
Can I
every
eat?
band I know. I was going to ask Paula about this too. One of the preconditions. I want to ask some questions because I'm basically a fan after getting my toe back in musical waters last year, and I've been learning about a lot of great newer bands that are out there. And if you're a music fan, what a great town to be in. But I've noticed a lot of bands that I thought were great and huge in the 90s are kicking it again, and there's great new bands. And maybe I could ask a question about this Motor City Muscle thing coming up. It's almost like another Arts, Beats, and
What do
Eats.
you know about it, Paula?
It's a who's who.
She doesn't know anything about it.
Literally, like every band in the city is playing that.
It said I looked online and it said that it's free.
It's free, and we're getting paid.
How
And-
nice is that, right?
And there's backline, and the venues are Hart Plaza, the Riverfront somewhere. I'm doing Campus Martius on Sunday at noon. I think there's stages throughout downtown, and I think it's, kind of doing the whole Woodward Dream Cruise, Motor City Muscle. They're going to have car displays, I believe.
So that's Motor City Muscle. They have a website. You can just look it up and Google it yourself.
The reason that I brought it up, birthday girls, is I just think it's cool, and some of us take it for granted. But because I'm blessed and privileged to travel a lot for work, that Detroit and Southeast Michigan, very unique. That when we get to August, that we have these great festivals that just occur
gosh.
Yeah.
every weekend.
Can't
There's
keep
like
up with
something
them.
to do, some great band to see. I mean, like my Hamtramck cooking segment today, I've got a lot of likes. I mean, the cold dill pickle soup that I'll
Oh
be
my
serving
God.
at Arts, Beats, and Eats. I'm talking
Wait.
to John Witz about getting my own cold dill pickle soup stand set up, and I can't wait. Actually,
Wait, are you making the soup? Or
I
are you-
absolutely make the soup. I mean, I
Really?
did I just did the cooking segment down the hall. That's why I was available,
that's
and just
amazing.
happened to have chocolates and flowers for you two today.
I thank you so much for the
Did they
chocolates
get
and
gifts too at that?
They did. They got cold dill pickle soup.
Oh, right. Okay. Yum.
With Polish beer, and I don't know the brand. I can't. There was a lot of syllables and a lot of vowels. I can't pronounce it.
Well, in addition to Arts Beats and the Motor City Muscle, you've got the Hamtramck Labor Day Weekend Festival. And then
great festival,
The
by the
Jazz
way.
Festival.
The Jazz Fest is unbelievable.
I'm going to all of them.
I always every year
I'm
try
doing
to,
all of them.
I try to do all three every year.
Well, now there's 4.
Now that's next week. Are they all the same weekend?
Yes.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
wait, no,
I
it's
think
not.
no.
I'm
The
so
Motor City
confused.
Muscles
Is
one
this
week
weekend?
before.
Yeah.
That's
18th,
what,
19th.
That's what Dream
Cruise.
Cruise.
Yeah.
Then we got the Daly in the Alley coming up,
I
which
was
is like
thinking
my
that.
favorite.
Yeah, absolutely. Dally in the Alley and Jazz Fest, I think, are for what I would call our uber music snobs.
And do you
the
know-
people in the know.
Do you know what happened last year at Daly in the Alley? We were hanging out, and someone heard a rumor, and I went over there, and he was there, and he was just packing his guitar up. Rodriguez was playing in an alley, free show.
Yeah.
10 people saw it.
Yeah.
That was
And
it.
you ran over there. and We're part
Unbelievable.
of
I
that.
ran
weren't you?
over there, and he was putting his guitar away, and I'm like, oh my God, can you do one more? He's like, no.
Oh.
I'm like, oh. But my
But you got a selfie with him, so
Jim
that's all that
Edwards,
matters.
I didn't get a selfie, but I did get a picture of him. But Jim Edwards caught it, and he was just sitting there with his guitar singing and playing, and maybe 10 people were watching.
Unbelievable.
So-
unbelievable the encounters that you can have
In
in this
Detroit.
city. Yeah, in this
And
city.
I got invited to go to the Jolly Old Timers Club. It's a black social club that is members only, and they were inviting the public in, so I'm hoping to get another invite that day.
So
How cool is that?
Where did you get invited into that private party?
Well, they were inviting anyone that walked by.
Oh, that was at Daly in the Alley last year.
Yeah.
So
Wait, it
timing,
sounded so
timing
exclusive
But
at
it was
first.
so
everything.
awesome. It was so awesome. It's in the basement of this giant house is it on Canfield, or it's just over there, Oh, it was great.
So you guys are working on a song together. There's a concept.
Well, I've got this idea. I want to write a song because we're constantly being bombarded. I ride down Woodward all the time, back and forth from downtown.
On the smart bus.
No. I do want to take the smart bus. But I just have this idea of writing a song called Mike Wins, Jeff Sells. And I think any Detroiter would know what that means.
I feel like it could be.
Do you know
on
what
the-
that means?
I do, but I feel like it could also be on the TV show The Detroiters, and they talk about advertising in Detroit. They're like a campaign. You ever seen The Detroiters?
No.
I've yet to see it,
Me
but I
neither.
hear it's
Yeah,
getting
yeah.
some solid reviews.
Yeah, they do a lot of spoofs on.
I will binge watch it soon.
out of
What's that
Detroit
on?
advertisers that you are familiar with. Like, there's always savings time at Farmer Zach's.
Oh,
They do change it?
Yeah.
That's funny.
It's pretty funny.
That's pretty cool.
Don't ask me any more details about the show. I
Yeah.
don't remember when it's on, but you can Netflix it or whatever.
But I just, when you're coming up Woodward and
The
you're headed
Detroiters.
north and you're going over that 8 mile, the bridge, there is a giant billboard of the Mike and then a giant one of the Jeff. And
Yeah, they are ubiquitous,
And
aren't they?
they're probably both like 4'5". That's why the picture's so big.
Me and Jim are going to work on a song, something with, Mike wins, Jeff sells. It's not necessarily going to be about real estate or getting sued.
I think we have a good concept in order, and what I think we'd like to do, and we had a lot of fun last year. Paula was a part of it, a lot of great bands. Corkdown Popes, The Callbacks, Soul Hustler, who was The Beggars,
The Laminators.
Laminators, well, that's when you
Get
launched
laminated.
that project. The Hand Grenades, an amazing group. The Beggars, an amazing group. I mean, rock and roll's in good hands. But we did a really cool thing where we had multi-genres, and Pulse Secure would match donations that we gave to Gleaners, and we did it like almost $60,000 worth of food for the working poor. It was
Wow,
cool.
that's great.
So what I think we would be fun to do, and maybe this could be the start of it, is if we could do a cool song. Maybe encourage some other bands to do it. Maybe we could release a single that we do for select charities. I know that your birthday party at O'Mara's, you were working with the
Royal Oak Animal Shelter.
Royal Oak
Animal
Animal
Shelter.
Shelter.
So if we can get some public consciousness and make rock relevant in that way, I think it's a lot of fun. Let's hear the riff. Let's see what we're going to do.
I don't really.
We don't even know it yet? Well, good.
Oh, they're writing a song right now. Let me sing it.
Just kind of
I like it. I like it. So Mike wins. It's going to be about capitalism. It'll be Mike winning and Jeff selling, and maybe we can work in some cyber and some Trump and just some fun things and make it humorous. And,
What's your
Fun things,
bombarded with?
politics.
well, no, it'll be fun though if we
But
keep it fun.
think about it. Think about it. This kind of relates. Like you're not even on your phone or on Facebook or on anything. You're just driving your car, and these billboards.
You're bombarded.
And you're just
like
constantly
you said,
bombarded.
You're trying to look at the cloud. You're trying to see the clouds, and there's a huge sign, whether it's Feiger or Mike winning or Jeff selling, or we live in a capitalist world, and it never shuts down, does it,
So we
ladies?
talked a lot about music festivals. Let's talk about bars in Detroit. What's
Okay.
your new favorite go-to?
God, that's a great question.
I love the old Miami.
Well, I love the old Miami. I want to give a shout out to the Anchor because
Anchor
of
Bar.
being a journalist.
Yeah.
And Vaughn and the family, Vaughn Dedirian and the family, it was just in the newspapers that they're getting ready to sell that bar.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
I mean,
Who knows what's going to happen to Cobo and that whole area.
Cobo Joe's is going away.
Yeah.
The New Way, I got to give the New
Oh,
Way
I
a
love
lot
the
of
New Way
love the
Bar
New
in
Way.
Ferndale. We've spent a lot of
and
time
the new
there.
ownership that has
Jamie's doing a great
Jamie
job.
D'Angelo.
Yes, it's never looked
I
better.
always loved the bar, but it's gone to a whole another level. A lot of free entertainment. I love that place. That's
Yep.
always a lot of fun to go
Caju
to.
Cafe too.
Oh my God, Caju Cafe is great. Another uniquely Detroit thing as well is that we have all these little the tap room in Ypsilanti and these little, just very cool, divey, fun neighborhood bars. Gasoline Alley in Royal Oak.
I love
you still
that
got to
place.
talk about
So
it.
I was
right?
just talking to Roger from New York, and bars in New York come and go. Bars in Detroit, they stay.
Well, I
Right.
would much rather see a band at a dive bar than go to Little Caesars Arena and see a big band. I
Right.
would rather see a local band at my local dive.
But I'm just
Exactly.
saying these places don't go away. He said in New York, the rent goes up and places get booted, and very few bars stay, going. I just have one thing I want to say.
yeah,
Yeah.
we're running out of
Do
time.
you have
so-
Prince Albert in a can?
You know what?
Because I do.
You know what? There again. Let's talk about Detroiters and people from Flint and Michiganians in general, right? We are loyal people. We
Yes.
stick with our Strohs. Pabst is huge in the music community, as you know. We stick with our White Owl. When we find something, we love it. Hence why my cold dill pickle soup is making a huge comeback, and why I'm doing cooking segments and giving tribute to Hamtramck. And
I wanna try some of
I don't know
that
if we're
soup.
wrapping up soon, but I want to
We
just
are.
thank both of you for having me on the show. What fun it's
Yay,
been.
Thank
We-
you,
it
baby.
goes by so
Episode
fast.
episode 62.
62.
Oh, it is. We're
And
amazing.
I hope you have a
right.
wonderful birthday tomorrow.
And
by the
thank you
way.
very much, Jim Hebler. Thanks for watching another episode of the Chatty Patty
Pala Walla
Talk Show.
Thank you.
Hello, hello, hello. the Chatty Patty Bubble Bubble Talk Talk Show. Hello, hello, hello. It's the Chatty Patty Bubble Bubble Talk Talk
We
Show.
will talk about the things that mean so much to you, like going to a restaurant or hanging at the zoo. Clothes and sports and funny news, crafts and travel too. Nothing ever scripted, so expect the unexpected.
Hello, hello, hello. It's the Chatty Patty Bubble Bubble Talk Talk Show. It's the Chatty Patty Bubble Bubble Talk Talk Show. It's the Chatty Patty Bubble Bubble Talk Talk Show.
But it would be